The Detroit Pistons haven't had much to celebrate in recent years, but one moment recently shifted the conversation in a big way, and it didn't happen on the court. Cade Cunningham, the face of the Pistons rebuild, made a classy gesture that instantly went viral, gifting a signed jersey to former NBA champion turned podcaster Jeff Teague. On the surface, it looked like a simple show of respect. But underneath that gesture was a much bigger statement, one that reignited a bold debate about Cade Cunningham's place among the NBA's elite. Because Jeff Teague didn't just accept the jersey and move on. He doubled down. Teague, now a prominent voice in NBA media, used the moment to push a narrative that many fans weren't ready for. Cade Cunningham deserves to be mentioned in MVP conversations. Not someday. Not in theory. Right now. That claim raised eyebrows across the league. The Pistons are still near the bottom of the standings. They're young, inconsistent, and rebuilding. MVP talk usually lives at the top of the leaderboard, reserved for players dragging contenders deep into the postseason picture. So why would Teague make such a strong declaration? Simple. Cade Cunningham is doing everything. Night after night, Cade carries the offensive load. He creates shots, initiates offense, scores at all three levels, and still takes on the toughest defensive assignments. His box score numbers tell one story, but the eye test tells another. Detroit doesn't function without him. And Jeff Teague knows what real NBA impact looks like. As a former All-Star point guard and champion, Teague isn't easily impressed. He's played with stars, guarded stars, and seen MVP-level talent up close. When he says Cade belongs in the conversation, he's not chasing clicks, he's responding to what he sees on the floor. That's why the jersey exchange mattered. It symbolized mutual respect between eras. Cade acknowledging Teague's career. Teague acknowledging Cade's present and potential future as a franchise-altering star. But the MVP debate is where things get complicated. Cade Cunningham's numbers are strong, but they don't leap off the page like Jokic or Luka. What makes Cade different is context. The Pistons are young, injured, and still learning how to win. Cade isn't benefiting from elite spacing or veteran stability. He's often playing through double teams with minimal help. And yet, he still delivers. That's the argument Teague is making. MVP shouldn't just be about wins, it should be about value. And no player may be more valuable to their team than Cade is to Detroit. Remove him from the lineup, and the Pistons completely collapse. That level of dependency matters. Still, critics pushed back hard. They argue that MVP talk without team success is empty hype. That Cade needs wins before awards. That good stats on a bad team shouldn't outweigh elite performances on contenders. It's a fair argument. But Teague didn't back down. He pointed out that history isn't as clean as fans pretend. MVP caliber seasons have come from teams that weren't title favorites. And many stars were recognized as elite long before their teams caught up. Cade, Teague argues, is on that same path. The jersey moment amplified the debate because it felt genuine, not staged, not forced. Cade didn't gift the jersey for publicity. He did it out of respect. And Teague didn't manufacture the praise, he escalated it because he believes it. That authenticity resonates. Detroit fans embraced the moment. After years of losing, hearing a respected former player demand national attention for Cade felt validating. It felt like the league was finally noticing what they've been watching every night. And Cade himself? He handled it exactly how you'd expect. No boasting. No MVP campaigning. Just gratitude, humility, and focus on getting better. That demeanor is part of what makes Teague's argument stronger. Cade isn't chasing headlines, others are bringing them to him. That matters in today's NBA. As the season continues, this storyline will evolve. If the Pistons start stacking wins, the conversation will grow louder. If they don't, Cade's brilliance will still stand on its own, but the MVP ceiling may remain symbolic rather than literal. Either way, the league is watching. The signed jersey wasn't just a gift. It was a moment of recognition. A signal that Cade Cunningham's name belongs in bigger conversations now, not years from now. Jeff Teague took the risk of saying it out loud. And once those words are spoken, they don't disappear. Because MVP debates aren't just about trophies. They're about arrival. About who's next. About which stars are ready to be taken seriously on the biggest stage. Cade Cunningham may not win MVP this season. But the fact that former players are demanding the discussion has already changed his trajectory. Detroit finally has its star. And the league is starting to act like it.